Shalom, welcome to my channel, The Hebrew Bible. This is Moses Gumadi, and in this video, we'll talk about the 10 commandments, or the 10 matters, Aseret HaDevarim. Aseret HaDevarim means the 10 statements. Basically, this phrase occurs not in Exodus chapter 20, where we find the 10 commandments, or 10 statements, 10 words, 10 things. We'll explain what that is. But it is found in Exodus chapter 34, this phrase. Okay, here we read that Vayichtov al haluchot et divrei habrit aseret hadevarim. So, and he wrote on the tablets the words of the covenant, the 10 statements. So, aseret hadevarim is 10 statements. It is not written as aseret mitzvot, which would be, of course, literally 10 commandments. If it had been mitzvot, then it would be commandments. Well, we're not saying they are not commandments, but basically, the first one is not a commandment. First one is a statement. And that's the reason we have it as 10 statements. That's because the word had-devarim means the matters, or the words, or the things, or statements. Basically, statements is coming from this word, words. Okay, it comes from the root, of course, the noun davar, which means a word or a matter or a thing. Now, I want to read all the 10 statements, right? 10 commandments, 10 statements, because the first one, this one is not this one, verse 2. The first commandment is not a commandment, it's a statement. Okay, but I'll read from Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 through till the end of the 10th commandment. Okay, so Vaydaber Elohim et kol ha-devarim ha'ele lemor. And God spoke all these devarim, had-devarim. You see again this had-devarim occurs. Okay. And verse 2, we read, Anochi Adonai Elohecha asher hotzetika me'eretz Mitzrayim mi-beit avadim. I am Hashem your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt from the house of servitude, out of bondage, servitude. Lo yihyelecha Elohim acherim al panai. Do not have any other gods beside me or upon my face. This is the first commandment. It's still the first commandment. So these two lines are first commandment. So, Anochi Adonai Elohecha asher hotzetika me'eretz Mitzrayim mi-beit avadim. So I am Hashem your God, who brought you out of the land. So this first one is not a commandment, but it's a statement. But it is made in the name of Hashem. So Israelites are bound to Hashem by a covenant. These are the 10 statements of the covenant, as we have read earlier in Exodus chapter 34. And that identifies Hashem, Yahweh, as the God of Israel, permanently linked to him. Okay, so this is the identification of his name. The second commandment, we read, by the way, if you see the difference between the verses in the regular English Christian versions and the Hebrew Bible, this verse numbering is from Al-HaTorah. Okay, Al-HaTorah. Lo ta'aseh lecha fesel. Do not make yourself an idol, an image, right? Vechol temuna asher b'shamayim mima'al. Don't make any pesel or a temuna or an idol or an image that is in the heavens. Vasher ba'aretz mitachat, or upon the earth below. Vasher ba'mayim mitachat la'aretz, or upon the waters which are below the earth. So don't make any images, no images or idols. And we read in the same continuation of the second commandment, Lo tishtachave lahem. Do not bow down to them. Velo ta'avdem. You should not serve them. Ki anochi Adonai Elohecha el kana. Because I am Hashem your God. Okay. Anochi Adonai Elohecha el kana. El kana is a jealous God, an intensely jealous, as in J. It is an approximation to just show the human side of the emotion, but basically, he will not tolerate anyone, Israelites, because of the covenant, right? The covenant that he doesn't want them to worship anyone else other than him. So this covenant is like a marriage covenant. So that's the reason why this word jealous is used. Poked avon avot, who bringing upon the sins of the fathers, al banim, upon the sons, al shilleshim ve al ribbeim leshonai, on the third and the fourth generations of those who hate him. Right? My enemies, basically my enemies, shonai. Ve ose chesed le'alfaim le'ohavai ulshomre mitzvotai. But he does kindness, merciful kindness, chesed, he shows to thousands who love him and keep his mitzvot. Here we have the word mitzvot, commandment. Mitzvotai, my commandments. So you can call 10 commandments, except that the first one is, the first part of the first one is not a commandment, it's a statement. Es aseret had devarim. Okay. Third commandment is Lo tisa et shem Adonai Elohecha lashav. Do not take up or lift up the name of Hashem, thy God, for vanity, in vain, without a proper purpose, without proper care. Ki lo yanakke Adonai et asher yisa et shemo lashav. Because he will not acquit he who takes his name in vain. It is often said that this is the only one commandment where God says he will not acquit, he will not forgive. Next commandment, number 4, is Achor et Yom HaShabbat lekadesho. Remember the Shabbat day to make it holy or to sanctify it. Sheshet yamim ta'avod, 6 days you should work. Ve'asita kol melachtecha. So, and do all your melacha, all your work. Not necessarily physical work, it could be even mental work. Melacha is what God has done in the chapter 1 of Genesis. There's nothing, he's not using his hands. He's only making statements and creating. So, even that is a melacha. So, he says, do not do that. Yom HaShevi'i Shabbat LaAdonai. Because the 7th day is a Shabbat for the Lord, Elohecha. Shabbat LaAdonai Elohecha, to the Hashem your God. Lo ta'aseh kol melacha atta uvincha uvittecha avdecha. So don't do any melacha, any work. Atta, you, your son, uvittecha, your daughter, avdecha, your servant, ve'amatecha, your handmaiden, uvehemtecha, and your animal, vegerecha, the sojourner, vegerecha asher bisharecha, who is in the sha'ar, which is in the gates, in your gates, whoever is the stranger is there, they should not do either. So basically, Shabbat must be kept throughout the land by everybody. That's the covenant God made with the children of Israel. And we read why? Because ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Because in 6 days God has made the heavens and the earth, et hayam, and the sea, ve'et kol asher bam, and all that there is in. Vayanach bayom hashavi'i, and he rested upon the 7th day. Alken berach Adonai, and therefore the Lord has blessed it at Yom HaShabbat Vaikadeshehu. And this is the reason why Hashem has blessed the day of Sabbath, Shabbat day, and he has sanctified it. 5th commandment, Kabbed et avicha ve'et imecha. Honor, or kavod is glory, or heavy. Kabbed also can mean is like a liver or heaviness. Kabbed et avicha ve'et imecha. Honor your father and your mother. Lema'an ya'arichun yamecha. So that your days may be prolonged. Where al ha'adama, upon this ground, asher Adonai Elohecha noten lach. The land upon which the Lord your God will give you. The Hashem your God will give you. Okay. Now, commandments 6 to 9 are all clubbed up in a single verse in the Hebrew Bible on the Al-HaTorah verse numbering. But these are 13 to 16 verses. Commandment 6, 7, 8, 9. Lo tirza, do not murder. Lo tinaf, do not commit adultery. Lo tignov, do not steal. Lo ta'aneh bereacha ed shaker, do not bear false witness. Ed is witness or testimony against your reacha, thy or your friend or your neighbor. Now the last one, of course, is lo tachmod beit re'echa. Don't covet, don't desire, don't covet your neighbor's house. Lo tachmod eshet re'echa. Don't covet your neighbor's wife. Ve'avdo, his servants. Ve'amato, his maid servants. Ve'shoro, which is Veshoro, basically, or his ox. Shor is an ox, or a bullock. Vechamoro is donkey. Vechol asher lereecha, and all that belongs to your fellow. Do not covet, do not covet. So covet is basically in the heart. Only God can know, because nobody knows. So one can covet and not take it. And therefore, that is only known in the heart. And Hashem looks at the heart. And obviously we have to be careful. So these are the 10 commandments, or actually 10 statements, 10 words, 10 things God has given as the covenant to the children of Israel. Thank you for watching. Please do like the video, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon. Also do comment below in the comments, and I will see you again with another video as soon as I can. Thank you very much.